Alright, everybody, good morning. This is going to be the covering for the beta for 3.0. I'm half dead. I tried to get the new chat room up and running. It's like 99% done. I'm missing one little thing. So I wanted that up and running before the beta started so I'd have audio, but that was a complete failure. Hopefully I'll get it up this weekend. So let's start out. Let's see. For the beta, this isn't required. The people that donated, thank you first. Helped out a bit with the cost of this thing. You do not have to use it. If you do use it, I would appreciate some feedback on it. This version, the first one was crap. It didn't even make it out to the masses. It made it out to 3 people before I pulled it because it had some issues with had a bunch of issues. Let's just put it that way. And that's when we decided that we went from converting the MT4 code into just creating it from scratch for MT5. This time we have a much better, more stable version, runs a lot faster. The step we're in now is beta. What I'm looking for is feedback on the system. If you find something wrong, of course, I want to hear back about that. Neo, like just right now, a minute before I sent this, sent some settings over that he said worked better for the Disparity Index, which is a part of it now. So we're going to take a look at those when we're done. But basically what I'm looking for is feedback. You are not getting the full, I guess you could say, this one doesn't have all the fluff, bells and whistles, and everything that TA3 did. I pulled back to a more conservative approach on it. We did not, we got rid of, not got rid of, we don't have every single little indicator on there. Like my MT4 charts started to get messy because I over time been adding more and more. So we're going back to the basics with Scratch on it with a product that runs faster. One of the biggest things that uh, had a problem with value charts, and just so you understand why this was a big project, the original value charts. Here's, let's say this is your +8 line, okay? And I'm gonna just, I don't know, I'll go with red. Okay, so price, this is +8. So here's your 5-minute candle. Price would come up, we'd get an alert right here. And price would come up to here. Now let's say price closed right up here, so it was above 8. Next candle opens, price, I don't know, let's say price was here. Well, price goes up. No value chart alert when this candle opened, for one thing. Price comes back down. By the time you realize if you jumped away from this chart because it wasn't core qualified, or for whatever reason you don't want to sit watching it, now on this is a second candle, price would not alert again until value charts jumped back down. So if price went all the way up, yeah, let's try it again. If price went all the way up here and we got a good setup, you wouldn't be aware of that setup till price dropped back down here, and you would have completely missed it because you would have gotten no alert for it. So now the way it works, price hits here, we get an alert immediately. Right here, candle closes. If price opens up here, you immediately get an alert now. That was one of the biggest things with value charts, and I honestly used value charts for about a year before I noticed it. Because I'd always wonder why in the hell did I miss that entry by so much. Value charts can't be that screwed up, but obviously it was. So now we have a fully functioning value chart that works extremely well. Depending on the case, it will alert 1 second up to 30 to 45 seconds ahead of time. Because if we get one of these hangers, it's up here, and then we have to wait till price drops down here, and quite literally if price doesn't drop back down for 2 minutes, this whole time you had a good setup. We didn't know it because we were looking at another chart if you weren't tabbing through charts. So right away now we say, well, price closed here, you left the chart, went to another one. As soon as the next candle opens, you get another alert that says, hey, come back and look at me. I am still above I'm still above +8 or below -8. So hopefully that was going to help with sorry, hopefully that will help with getting things a little bit smoother on entries and getting a chance to jump in earlier on them. That was one of the biggest reasons into it. Now the second reason I want it is 99% of the people in the world now are on 64-bit computers. MT4 is a 32-bit program. This is my MT4, MT5. 32-bit programs, it's kind of like people on Windows XP. They're stubborn, they're hard-headed, and if you're on Windows XP, don't take offense. They don't want to get off of it, or economically, it's not feasible for them. Now, just because MT5 is 64-bit compatible, it should still run on a 32-bit system. It just will run at the speeds of a 32-bit program. By bumping us up to a 64-bit program, we get more speeds out of it. It takes full. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. This is kind of hard for me to do. It takes full advantage of the power of your computer. Things just run a lot faster. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get a link, and what I'll need you to do is, it's going to be called Test 2. When you get that link, I need you to, I have it copied directly to my C drive. So you want to put it directly on your C drive. If you look, this is my C drive, and I copied the folder Test2 to my C drive. Now, why are we doing that? MT5 is a little bit more of a pain in the butt, and if you've seen the new upgrade to MT4, MT4 mimicked the file structures of MT5. So in order to avoid problems with the Windows, it's called the Windows User UAC, whatever it is. I'm so tired I can't even remember what it's called. User account, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, it's when Windows pops up and says, hey, are you sure you want to let this program run? It also puts limits, anything inside the program files, these two folders here, if you have Windows 8 or Windows 7, I think. Any of the programs in these files are controlled by Windows, the security settings on them. So we want to be able to add and remove indicators freely, because I'm gonna show you the marketplace in MT5. You'll probably end up playing with it, seeing some things you like, and I'll show you how to add indicators and things too. It's really simple. But we want to copy the link that I give you. The entire folder needs to go in the C drive, so you're going to have Test 2. Once you've done that, once your folder is copied, the first thing I need you to do is you're going to look for terminal 64. Make this bigger so you can. Terminal 64. Okay? All I need you to do is right click it and send to desktop. That's going to give us terminal 64 shortcut. You can go ahead and close this now. Actually, while we're here, in case in the future you need to do it, I'm going to give you the full setup, so if you want to add in indicators, if you're going to go out and download them and things like that. I'm not going to get too much into it, but just in case you want to play with it, I do recommend setting this as run as administrator. This isn't about how to add in indicators, this is about TA though. We'll do a video. I've already done a video on this. If you have questions about how to add them in, let me know. So once you've got your shortcut there, we want to go to the shortcut, go to properties, and it says target test 2 blah 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 blah. Press this, get in that line where it says target, and put /portab/portable. Then click apply. It should not give you an error. If you forgot to put a space in though, and you didn't listen, if you click apply, it's going to say blah blah blah, target in the box is not valid, so that means you forgot to put in a space before your /portable. Okay. What's that saying is we want to run MT5 so that it could be, so you could slap the entire MT5 directly onto a USB stick, take it to another computer, plug it in, and run it. That's what this little command here does. It also makes it easier for you to not have to use the roaming profile that comes with MT5, and now MT4 is somebody who was bitching sees. Next, we want to go to compatibility, and we want to run this program as administrator. Make sure that's clicked. Hit apply, hit OK. Then you're done. Is what you're going to do from there is I'm going to open up mine since I already have it here. We're going to open up your terminal 64 shortcut. It's going to say user account control. We just hit yes on it. Yeah, there's what it means. Yeah, I'm really awake. I haven't even had coffee yet and I'm doing this video, so definitely bear with me. Okay, so MT5 will open up. Now, everything's pre-configured. You're going to see exactly what's on my screen. It will match up exactly because I copied my MT5 to you. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this looks like my Asia trading setup. That will get you in. So what do we have on it that's left for you to do? Couple new indicators. The value charts looks a little bit different. Let me explain it. Um, let's see if we can find one. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we look at value charts. It's now pin bars. Only have one RSI on here. Some people use one, some people use two. You can use whatever you want. Let's see. If you decide to add the second, what do we have on here? We have this RSI is set to 3, so you need to add in your RSI 4. So again, the colored RSI is 3. You can make it 4 if you want, and then add in your RSI 3, however you want to do it. But you figure it out for yourself if you want to run one or two RSIs. Let's get back to value charts. If you look, value charts, there's arrows here. Now, if you look down here, the candles match red, red, red. Now, if we get an arrow with a white candle in value charts, that means we got a tab arrow, so that's a fully qualified tab trade. Doesn't mean you're going to trade it, just it's to make it stand out. Most of this stuff should be really familiar with you. Oh, I should not have done this without coffee. Most of this stuff should be very familiar to you. If you look non-core qualified. Now, if we look at the Disparity Index, Neil had said something about smoothing this. Once we get going, we'll take a look at that. Disparity Index, same thing. It's going to turn white. Disparity is an exhaustion indicator, where value charts is an overbought, oversold. If you know me long enough now, I'm big on putting things on the charts that use different calculations to show you the same damn information graphically. So that's basically it. We'll get a little bit more into the Disparity Index. I put it in here for beta because I think it can be useful. If we find out it's not, hey, then we toss it. Let me know what you think of it and if it's useful or not. That's one of the reasons for this beta, is so we can take a look at some things and see if they're going to be helpful or not. So one of the things that we're going to be missing... Lord. One of the things we're going to be missing is the mini charts. We can go into Tools, Insert, Objects, and let's go to Graphical, and it says Chart. Woohoo! So let's click Chart. Oh, nothing's there yet. So what do? Just click the button. It will appear on the screen where you want the chart. Okay, so the chart's going to be there. A little red outline around it means it is the active thing on the chart window, whatever you want to call it. See the little red box? You can drag this around, place it wherever you want it. Okay, so it's XAU USD, so we're looking at gold. Your mini chart confirms we're looking at gold. Okay, here's an alert, VC AUD USD. That's how the alerts look now. So this is a VC alert, which is value charts AUD USD. Let's take a look real quick, and we'll get back to where we were. Now, if you notice, this is not green yet. On a ranging market, when this thing turns white, if you get entry while it is white, it's a really good way to judge when to get entry, unless the thing's spiking up and up and up. Follow the rules. When it's white, it is a tab qualified trade. But that's what the alerts look like. There's going to be two different types. One's going to say VC, one's going to say tab. Just so you know, hopefully we'll get a tab alert here in a bit, and you can see it too. But you're only going to get two alerts, VC or tab. So just so you're aware. Let's get back to, where were we? Gold. Okay, so we got the little mini chart here. Whoop-de-doo, it's fun, it moves, yay. But it is 5 minute, 5 minute, it's matching exactly. So what can we do to make this thing a little bit smaller and unobtrusive? We're going to right click on it, Properties, and go into Parameters. For one, you can pick period. You can pick 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5. You can pick whatever you want. Let's drop it to 1 minute. Date scale I remove, prices scale I remove. And just so you can take a look what I did, you can hit OK. Say waiting for update. Now we're on a 1 minute chart, 5 minute chart, and I can still drag and drop wherever I want. A little bit too big for you, you say. So let's go in, right click, and go to properties again. So width is 300, height is 200. We want to make it a square like mini charts, the Pipware mini charts was. Hit OK. Okay, so now, well, we can't see a lot of the pin bars, but let's try this then. Properties, and we can go to scale, and let's drag it down one. Hit OK. Ooh, now we can see more 1 minute pin bars. Hopefully that gives you the idea on those. Trying to think anything else here. Let's see. From For instance, the way this chart's forming up, kind of heavy momentum up. Disparity Index has gone white again. We are not above value charts, but RSI is almost there. Just a little something to look at. Okay, so we have another alert, VC Euro. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm stalling for time while we look at this. Trying to think. Let's see. This one actually is going to be a good trade if it pops up a little bit more. Okay, so value charts on this one hit. You notice it's green. Disparity index isn't quite there. This is your Bollinger Bands now. Red, blue with the gray shaded area. If it's red, it means it's kind of, I wouldn't say danger. Well, yeah, danger. It means pay attention to what the hell's going on. There's a chance of a breakout. Hope that didn't get too loud in there. Other things you'll see on here, little flags down at the bottom. You notice we have no news indicator on here anymore. Well, your news is right here. If you hold your mouse on it, it says current. Yeah, let me get that out of the way. It says current weekly. Okay, it says producer price line index, food energy, blah blah blah. So our news is down here now. If we go to view and the toolbox, calendar is your news right here. You can right click on it, show on charts, add all events. You can show on charts, delete all events, all your flags are gone. And add all events, refresh, puts them back on there. Okay, so what can we do from here? Let's say you don't want them on here. You can do things like export economic calendar for the day. Yay, it gives you your economic calendar for the day. I have a few people actually just print this out and highlight it and have it on them. It gives you, I believe, 3 days worth of data. So that's your blah. You can put it from here. You can just do Control A, C, copy. If you go to Excel, you can just paste it in there, and then you can do a priority, and you can tell it to, basically you can filter it from here. I mean, it gives you just a few options for things to do. I know this is really on it. One of the other things you could look at while you're here, this isn't really part of TA3, code base. This is indicators, blah, blah, blah. So let's say, I don't know, you were looking for a price channel trend. I don't know, but let's just find something. Here's a clock indicator. Indicator shows the current date time, the current spread, and stop levels. So let's say you wanted it. You just right click on it and click download. Easy as that. It says you have downloaded block, and it's in your downloads clock, ready for use. Want to add it on the active chart? Hit yes. And there it is. Spread, blah, blah. Pretty easy to add indicators. Remove it. This is just some things in case you want to play, because I'm sure some of you have added some things on MT4 that aren't going to be on MT5 yet. Again, we're just trying to get the core of MT5 down. I want it nice and fast. I don't want any issues for anyone. If you have any, I want to hear about it. If you have some ideas on what can make it better, please let me know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I know there's a few things in here that some people haven't seen. The market's in here. This is main applications, magazines, blah. I mean, MT5 has a bunch of crap in it now. But this is the market. If you go to here, it's the same thing. If you a dream indicator, what this is, it has a download button if you're in the market if you want to try something. Most of the free or demo indicators only work. Some of them work on Market Simulator. They put different restrictions on, so make sure and read through. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Trade, exposure, calendar, market, and code base are probably the only two you're really going to be worried about since we're not live trading from here. Can't really think of anything else. If you have any questions on the install, hit me up. I'm just putting this out there. Get it set up and loaded. This weekend I'm trying to get the chat room up and running so that I can have audio just to answer questions, because it's going to be annoying typing. So I'd prefer get it on there. If you can't get it installed, hit me up Monday. Let's shoot for starting the beta. It'll make it easier, because if the chat room, I'll show you the issue that I'm having with the chat room just so you can see. This is the chat room, the new one. And not caps. BRYAN. So this is the new one. The problem I'm having is I am quite literally on the last damn step of getting this thing to work. Chat room's here. I want to share my charts. I should be able to click here, and it should start. There's my mic. There's my thing. And I'm getting an error, RTMP 2306, which means my server is not, it's denying the connection. But when I run a test on it, and this is way beyond, but just so you can understand what I've been dealing with frustration-wise, everything's set up. When I run a test on it, it says the server's there and accepting connections, but it's not. Somewhere I miss a line of code or something, because it is not working. And, well, actually, while we're here, let me save the log so I can go through it again. But that's where we're at. I want this active so that you can hear and see my charts, so that I can demo things, and so that you can also do the same. If you say you're having an issue, I want you to be able to click here and show me your charts. Or you can open that up. I'm going to show you how you stream your desktop instead of a webcam, so that I can say, show me your chart, and you can bring it up live, and I can say, well, do this, do that, and you can hear me. It's going to speed up the whole beta. Plus, just for general day-to-day trading, I love it. I mean, I will be able to say, look at Euro, it's coming up, it's about to, I don't know, do divergence, whatever. Like I said, that one was a good trade. Anyway, if you have any questions or anything, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and upload the video, and then I'll announce in the room. And then it's Friday, so I'll probably trade a little bit, but I really want to get back to this room. I want to get this damn thing working. It's just aggravating the you-know-what out of me. I guess on a side note on the rooms, I went with these rooms because they are completely open source, and that means in the future I can adapt them to what I want. I didn't want to buy a product that says, here's your room, this is it, you can't do jack shit with it. These rooms are completely open source, so that's why in the future you're going to see the chat history in there. You'll be able to click on a link and it'll take you to the chat history. I just, one step at a time, guys. I mean, I apologize, beta and this room ran together, but I decided I wanted the room up and running for beta. But yeah, in the future. So what? Last question that I had, and this was something, is why the hell am I going to MT5? As we talk about the speed of MT5, what it allows me to do is, and anyone who is around for Jack, he tried it. I'm not going to be pushing signals, but I'm going to have a Chrome app. MT5 has the speed to push out the data that I want on the app. Let's see if I saved it. I didn't. I already know it. Last standing. Let me see if I can find it. If not, we're done here. I can't. Okay, so basically what we're doing with MT5 is we want to feed to a we want your MT5 to be able to feed to a Chrome application that we're going to be creating with Trading Access 4.0, which is going to create your dashboard. It will have, so you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can have 7 charts open, and instead of having your broker page open and this, you can have your MT4 open with a dashboard displaying all the information you need. It'll have a slide bar for value charts that moves back and forth, showing it'll go gray, yellow, green as it gets closer. It'll have the center of gravity, the cog. It'll show you like the little mini bubbles also, so you have an idea of what the charts look like without even looking at them. And if you mean by the bubbles, I'm going to do a mock-up of it because I have to do one for the guys who are going to be actually putting this together, so you'll be able to see kind of what the dashboard's going to look like in a bit. But the whole reason I'm babbling is I have no coffee, and I want to make people understand MT4 is a means to an end. I honestly think by the end of the year, the way I've been reading on the MetaTrader forums, MT4 and MT4, they're going to slowly just push it into 100% compatibility with MT5, and then they're going to announce they're phasing out MT4. Not for any time in the future, but I just have the feeling that's what's going to happen. And I'd rather not sit on my ass and wait for MT4 to become compatible and fast enough to do what I want. There's a bunch of talk out there. MT4 might go 64-bit. We don't know. But instead of me waiting for a year, I want to just be done. Because the one thing that everyone is agreeing on is it looks like MT4 and MT5 are going to become swappable with indicators or anything. So by the end of the year, you might not have to use MT5 you can move all your MT5 indicators to MT4, but for that dashboard, I want MT5 because it is a lot faster at 64-bit. Sorry about the babbling. I am half asleep. I'll upload this video now. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, thanks for donating to help out with the cost of this. Hopefully I'll get the chat room up and running this weekend. You can see I don't sound very sure of myself. I'm just not that great with Linux, and this has put me into... I had to set up, let's see, Apache, MySQL, Red 5, PHP admin, and RTMP, which it's pretty much pushing what I know how to do with Linux to the limit. Again, have a good one all. Thanks for donating. I hope you enjoy 3.0. Please shoot me any questions. Let's try and hold off on questions not related to just getting it up and running till Monday, because I am burnt out and my brain ain't working. So let's just shoot for getting it installed, up and running, and that is about it. Alright, thanks a lot, and y'all have a good day. Enjoy your weekend. Hit me up with any questions. I'm going to get coffee.